So just one match left remaining at these World Table Tennis Championships, and it's going to be the men's singles final. And that is so enticing. We've already had, of course, Sun Ying-sha win in the women's singles final, defeating Chen Meng 4-2. Let's see how this one will pan out. Remember the route to the final. Fan Zhendong defeating Liang Jingqun 4-2 in his semi-final. And then Wang Chuqin beating the greatest of all time, Ma Long. You just saw him there earlier. He won 4-1. And that's how they're there in the final.
The St. Prize vase, which is the men's singles finals trophy, will be presented by Wang Hao of China. And ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment that we've all been waiting for. It's the men's singles finals. Let's give one final welcome to Wang Chuqin!
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Coming in hot to challenge him for the title. Here's Fan Zhendong!
Unidentified flying object. Fan Zhendong is in the arena here. The world #1 takes on the world #2, Wang Chuqin. And normally, I think people would say, well, that's about as good as you get. You want the top 2 players in the world to be facing off. As we look at their record here, in which Fan Zhendong dominates. He's won 7 of their 9 meetings. But, and of course, interesting to note, for those newer to the game, Wang Chuqin is a left-hander. For this one, we have Hassan Al-Amri as our umpire. But Adam Barbara here with me. I said first versus second. Normally in any World Championships or any major event, you do want the top 2 players, but I know there are a lot of sentimentality out there as well. One last attempt for Ma Long, who we just saw. You would have liked to have seen that, I think, personally.
It seems like most of the world was happy for Wang Chuqin, but sad to see Ma Long defeated the way he was. The fan vote here, 54% supporting the world #1. In the venue, it seemed like much more, closer to about 2/3, believing that Fan Zhendong would be the winner here. Their head-to-head is as dominant as Wang Chuqin's was coming into his match against Ma Long, 7-2.
Good luck.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Who wants to choose? Red or black? Red, Wang. Black for Van. Black. You want the choice service? Wang.
Yeah, it's interesting, as you say, that it is so tight between the two in terms of that fan vote. But certainly, as you look at that record, head-to-head, it is anything but.
It just goes to show you that style matters so much. This 26-year-old world #1, as we saw, he won the World Championships. He's the defending world champion as of 2021. And how did he get here? Well, he beat the defendist, legendary defender Panayotis Gionis of Greece 4-1, Wang Chunting of Team Hong Kong China 4-1, Dong Qiu 4-0, Germany's leader, Omar Asar the Pharaoh 4-0 and 4-2 over Liang Jingqun in a battle that was quite a good one. Liang Jingqun upsetting Tomokazu Harimoto in one of the great matches of the event, the men's singles event. But Wang Chuqin, the 23-year-old world ranked #2, has been on a different level and has really gone on a spree since the end of last year. He's been incredibly tough for anyone to beat.
Remember to think Wang Chuqin, as you look at his record here, I mean, he dropped games consistently except for one match.
Is interesting. All right, French Polynesia's Ocean Belrose in 128, 4-1. Shunsuke Togami, 4-1. Yukiya Ura, 4-1. Joao Geraldo Anders Lind. And then Ma Long, 4-1. That first game for Ma Long, again, we can't live in a world of hypotheticals. It's fun to imagine, but Wang Chuqin has been Ma Long's kryptonite. What are they playing for?
2,000 points here. Now, there was a permutation where Wang Chuqin could have become world #1, but that would have meant Fan Zhendong not getting to the final. That's obviously not going to happen now. So Fan Zhendong will remain, I think, #1 at the end of this, depending on what points get wiped away later.
Right, I also believe that. I think that is a fair statement. The future world #1, as I've called him for years, Wang Chuqin, battling to get closer and to take his first ever World Championships men's singles title here tonight.
First game, Fan Zhendong to serve. Love all. Love 1.
So Wang Chuqin, remember, he's been involved in the men's doubles as well, and he's won the mixed doubles. 9 hours on court, 16 matches played, 66 games. As for Fan Zhendong, it's a great winner, by the way, that one. 6 hours, 5 minutes. He won the men's doubles with the man he's playing with at the moment. 10 matches, 43 games.
Just that one event missing, the mixed doubles, makes a big difference in time on court.
And
2-1.
the really important thing, that's a great rally, is Wang Chuqin could get an unprecedented triple crown here. No man has ever done that, meaning he could win all the events he's up for. The men's doubles, the mixed doubles, which he's already won, and here now, the men's singles.
So 2 for 2 so far and 3 events entered. It would be a shame for him to get a silver medal in this event after all that. It happened to Xu Xin on a few occasions, actually, once with Liu Shiwen in the mixed doubles, but that was not the Olympics that I'm speaking about. I have an accent when I say that word.
2-3.
He's come out with some intent here, you know, Wang Chuqin.
Well, I think he has to. The first point we saw from Fan Zhendong winning with the backhand is a clear indicator that he is not Ma Long. They are two different players with different skill sets. Yes, they're both right-handed, but that doesn't mean it's going to be the same experience. Wang Chuqin calling out the flash in the front row there. Seems to be settled for the moment, which is a good thing.
Follow the house rules, people.
4-2.
Look how fired up Wang Chuqin is from the start. Will that matter? They say slow and steady wins the race. Right now you can feel that he's got the pedal to the metal here. Wang Chuqin aggressive in ways that none of his teammates are. Chinese national team is filled with powerhouses, physically fit, fast players, but he drives the ball with a sense of fearlessness unlike anybody on the team.
4-3.
Advanced forward there. To think, in his only other World Championship, Wang Chuqin got to the round of 16. Guess who beat him there? Fan Zhendong.
Let me guess. Fan Zhendong? Thank you, thank you.
Gets into position with a banana flick.
He picks his timing very specifically here. Fan Zhendong hasn't played aggressively on everything. He's played empty pushes, he's played blocks. But here he gets in over the table to take away any chance at a third ball. And it ties up the score.
4-5.
Well, he's 2 up here, Wang Chuqin. He's pumped up, isn't he?
Sure is, has been from the start. He is not going to let off. He might adjust. He'll have to adapt throughout, as it's going to be a constantly changing battle. But this is the thing. Adaptability is one of the most important things with all the other skill sets that you gain from being in the weight room and from tens of thousands of hours of multi-ball and training on the table.
That little push there from Zhendong, helping to set up the point for Wang Chuqin.
Yeah, Wang Chuqin, incredible over the table. Watch him follow the serve barely over the top of the net. And even though it's on the line, that full stroke forehand, the elbow far from the body there for Wang Chuqin to get that extra racket speed.
In a good position here, Wang Chuqin on serve.
Five, 7.
Well, he slaps the bat into his hand with real frustration. Don't see that often.
You know, Wang Chuqin, as a young teenager, was very vocal, would show as loud as almost anybody you've ever heard. Similar timing to Tomokazu Harimoto, but Wang Chuqin, I think, had been told that this is not the way we do this on the Chinese national team.
It looked like he might have recovered from that one, Chuqin. And Zhendong finishes it off.
Yeah, he did good to get back in this point. Quick punch with the backhand, going for the ripping spin. I thought the timing was right, but Zhendong maintains control, staying near the table with the racket high.
Yeah, you can see that. He got to position early, got the banana flick in.
I love this. I love the fight. He still keeps himself here. It's not like everyone has to behave exactly the same. There are a variety of personalities. You know, Zhendong took himself off social media to focus on the game.
Well, was that a distraction for him?
Oh, yeah. Well, isn't it for almost everybody?
I thought some are more disciplined than others.
Yeah.
9, 6.
Not to say that it doesn't function, but it sure does take up a lot of time. And he's got one thing on his mind, and it's gotten him this far. World #1 just a few weeks ago by a lot. And then some quick expiration of points. You can see right now 3 points between them. Zhendong trailing in game #1. It's a best of 7. That was clever.
9.
The placement there, Wang Chuqin was all set up in the forehand camp, but raided on the backhand camp. Take a look at this. Starting to move, tough to adjust, still almost makes it, but not quite what would have happened if it was played to the forehand side.
Seven, 10.
3 game points for Wang Chuqin.
We mentioned their head-to-head, so you can imagine why Wang Chuqin really feels a sense of urgency to capture this first game.
I think it's interesting that these two have met in 2 finals on the global circuit. They've won 1 apiece.
10, 8.
Didn't like that, did he? Put his hand up. Frustration.
We love Zhendong in Nanfei. That is South Africa in Pinyin. Writing Chinese in the Roman characters. Something China's done to make the language a bit more accessible to the world.
Nicely done by Wang Chuqin, who takes up first game. Remember, Chen Meng did the same thing against Sun Yingxia, and then we got the reaction. But it's Wang Chuqin who draws first blood here. He wins 11-8. Their last encounter was,
Time.
you and I were actually on that one, Singapore Smash semi-finals just a few months ago. Zhendong winning that one 4-1. The previous encounter was at the Champions in Macau, which you were at, and that was in the final. Wang Chuqin winning that 4-3.
Second game, Wang Chuqin to serve. Love all.
Again, the most history behind any title, the World Championships.
Love one.
He really came hard at Zhendong there, Wang Chuqin.
Well, the points might be the same as the Singapore Smash with 97 years of history in this title. To get your name on that list, both of these players are going to be fighting like nobody's biz.
Yeah, and in terms of finals, Wang Chuqin has won 5 out of 9. That's 56%. Zhendong has a better record, 66% in finals, 25 out of 36.
So bigger sample pool as well.
Much bigger sample pool.
Wow, it's quite a statement here. The man many favor.
2-1.
Have you felt that he's a little bit more reactive at the moment, Zhendong, rather than proactive?
Definitely, and part of me feels like he's still just sort of dangling the litmus test sort of in the water.
Yeah.
Testing the water, seeing what Wang Chuqin is going to do. He's trying to win, of course, but still making his game plan.
Nice serve there, Zhendong.
Surprise fast and long to the backhand side. Take a look here, reverse pendulum. To go fast and long into the backhand with the reverse pendulum is incredibly uncommon.
It's been nice variation on serves today in both finals, right?
Yeah, it's a must, really.
2-3.
The interesting dynamic for me is, as you said, in the women's singles final, game 1 was taken by Chun Meng.
Pretty comfortably as well.
Right, and then it turned around. Now, Chun Meng is the more experienced of the two, so that didn't happen here.
Right.
But it was the world #1 who lost game 1 so far in both finals today.
There's a real aggression about Wang Chuqin.
It's scary to think that Wang Chuqin is still on his way up, that he's still improving. I think to myself, what are the skill sets of the man in red right here, Wang Chuqin? And at 23 years old, he's as fast as can be. He's aggressive. He's got feeling, creativity when he needs it. Fast footwork. He's comfortable behind the table. Not bothered much by side spin.
Similar sort of serve from Zhendong from earlier. He wins a point after a rally.
Yeah, this time it was handled very differently, trusting the backhand on the receive. Wang Chuqin getting a bit more spin. It's a question of identifying quickly what's coming at you, decision making, reaction time, all that combined.
Let 4-3.
You're going to love the reactions there, Zhendong. How quick was Wang Chuqin, but his response from Fan was magnificent.
World #2 versus world #1, painting that picture perfectly here. Look at this, right back down the line. Xiaopang, little fatty. Zhendong just blasting past to maintain that 2-point lead.
Let
Get it back.
3-5.
Good placement on the serve there, despite the let. Little reminder, Wang Chuqin has victory in Chinese written on the back of his headband. Will that prophecy be fulfilled?
Yep, we are looking some way down the line still in this one. Nicely done, Wang Chuqin.
Yeah, he identifies it early, plays it way out in front. Watch his body weight shift as this spin comes in. Shallow on the table, so he leans way in, closes the racket, and punches down through the ball. Just a reminder, if you've never played competitive table tennis, this professional equipment is tough to handle, but it can create so much spin.
Edges in front here, Wang Chuqin, and a big shot from him again.
It's that follow-up on the parallel. It's been gold for him. Quite priceless so far on several occasions. The man in the lead. Wang Chuqin not only in games, but in points now on the receive.
Wonderful stop from Wang Chuqin.
It's deadly, the combinations that he plays. The opening attack is strong, and when it comes back with quality, watch Zhendong's response to this powerhouse forehand. It's a big counter, but the arc on it, Wang Chuqin, it just feels like he has all the time in the world. Look at what it means to him already.
Feels like he's rolling back the years too when he was a teenager.
Sometimes a bit of success in crucial moments can make everybody feel like they're in their teenage years.
Let 7-5.
Yeah, tough, wasn't it? With that net playing a part in it. So on the serves, Wang Chuqin is more successful than Zhendong. Points won.
About 1/8 more successful. Pretty significant at this level. Missing a 0.5, but hey, some familiar numbers up there on screen. Still 1 point in front, the second serve here. Beautiful parallel forehand here. Wang Chuqin dangerous. Again, one major difference for me between Wang Chuqin and the rest of the Chinese national team, let's focus on Zhendong specifically, is the trajectory of his shot. This ball is so forward. Still a little bit of an arc on it, but not quite the same as we've seen from Zhendong in these rallies. He says, play smart. Nickname, Big Head, Dato. Use that big head.
I was just about to say, he's using it well.
Yeah.
7-8.
Well, now it's Zhendong's turn to acknowledge what's just happened.
Yeah, a bit of fortune here off the net. Heard a little bit of frustration there vocalized from Wang Chuqin. He's been very emotional this game, and it hasn't stopped him from being successful so far. We'll see. It's a long, long journey, this best-of-7 final.
8.
Potentially, anyway.
Yeah, now it's got really interesting here. 8-all.
Fine balance, the boldness. In some senses, even if you miss, you have to stick to the plan. I think Hina Hayata made that so clear this week. That was one of the most impressive displays of sticking to your plan.
Stubbornly at times.
And it had to be.
9-8.
Again, it's the same people with the flash.
Some habits are tough to break.
Yeah.
Flashers in the crowd. We don't have any beads for you. Calm down. 9 serving 8.
Surely now from Zhendong, the noise level's rising here.
So shovel serve in near the body. A well-handled receive there, the soft hands of Zhendong, causing a bit of stress in the office today for Wang Chuqin. turning the corner here. The leg sweeping forehand, thinks he can finish the job, and Zhendong has other ideas here. The Great Wall blocked right back, and nobody's home to answer the door. Report this package stolen, but you're not going to get a refund. Zhendong sets up game point here in game number 2.
I think this is the first time he has had the lead in this game. What a moment to do it. And he takes that game in style. Zhendong levels matters here in the men's singles final.
The quality in this rally to follow up the block he just had. This could be the slow and steady winning the race, but it is anything but slow. Steady, you could argue, but 11-9, a 2-point margin between these two. And look at this, the first show of emotion we've seen from the world number 1 here today. And it puts him in front, or at least in that game, to level the playing field at 1 game apiece.
11-9 in game 1, game 2 rather, for Zhendong. And this is the St. Bride prize, the trophy for the men's singles. This is what they're fighting for. Zhendong, of course, has lifted that one before. Awarded to the men's singles world champion, donated by C. Courtney Woodcock, who was a member of the St. Bride Table Tennis Club in London in 1929, in honour of Fred Perry winning the title at the 1929 World Championship in Budapest. But Fred Perry sounds familiar to you. He's the only man to have won, being a world champion both in table tennis and top tennis player as well, world number 1. So something very significant.
Also starring in Beverly Hills 90210, Luke Perry.
No relation.
No relation.
So Zhendong's just gone off to change his shirt. Let's just tell you what's going on in the upcoming events here in World Table Tennis. Star contender Ljubljana, presented by I Feel Slovenia. That's the 3rd and 9th of July. And then later in the year, at the end of October, we have the WTT Champions Frankfurt in Germany. If you want more details and more on the calendar coming up, do check the website as well, worldtabletennis.com.
I've got the WTT app on my phone.
Same here.
Nice. Actually keep it right on the home screen, right next to all the important stuff. It's in that very important, alarms to wake up to be here for today. I wouldn't miss it. Actually set 2 alarms. Just saying. I know I said this evening earlier on, it actually is daytime, but the mood is set. Inside it is dark, except for where the main stage is, table number 1, where these two are battling. The only table left. They've played all the way through the round of 128. Well, I mean, of course, a few had a bye, but...
Yeah, Zhendong being one of them. Zhendong just putting his hand up to say both sorry and thank you for that break.
It's a very efficient hand signal.
Game 3, Zhendong to serve.
Right, beautifully poised. Here we go, game 3.
Love 1.
You know, yesterday, Wang Chuqin, until right at the business end when he got a bit nervy, he was pretty clinical, wasn't he, against Ma Long?
Well, he's definitely been a confident player, and his head-to-head would suggest that. Now, an 80% win rate, 8-2 over the greatest of all time.
1-all.
Nice bottle challenge serve here, shuts down the Chiquita. So if you're newer to table tennis, Chiquita, or the banana flick, is where a player moves in over the forehand side to play a backhand inside the table. Wang Chuqin planning to do that here, but a bit surprised by that serve deep to the backhand.
Do you feel, Adam, that despite Wang Chuqin having a better win rate on his serves, that Zhendong has been more variable on his serves, or do you think it's been about the same?
It's a good question. I'll have to pay attention. I think in recent history, I mean, I have been. There's just so much to take in. I think Fan Zhendong recently has varied it up more. But here we saw a similar response. This is common. Lin Winru, the silent assassin, loves to play this bottle challenge serve. And left-handed players do it more commonly than right, but I think a right-handed player, as soon as they see a lefty, should feel more comfortable to serve long to the backhand. Until they punish you for it, just make the opponent uncomfortable. This is bold. This is gutsy play from the baseline of the table. Wang Chuqin, I thought he didn't have this option. It seemed like the type of ball you would have to push, but he had other plans for it, getting the attack from the baseline. Tough to describe how bold that was, but that could have been the end of his racket or his hand for that matter. Seen players in recent history have to retire because of a similar accident.
You mentioned left-handers there just a little earlier. Wang Chuqin, of course, is one. And that can often be a little dip in someone's overall success rate. Fan Zhendong is the model of consistency. 86% win rate, 86% against right-handers, 86% win rate against left-handers.
So you mean to tell me he's consistently strong?
Oh, yes.
Awesome. I'm so good at listening. 4-3 now. Wang Chuqin looking to pull ahead this game number 3 to see who takes this 2-1 lead. Again, sizing up the opponent, reading the body language to help him determine what serve to choose now.
Got inside there with the backhand. Nicely done by Fan Zhendong.
You asked me a good question earlier about the service variation. Wang Chuqin playing a fairly standard serve here, a little bit more shallow. Where the long serve comes out and when is going to cause a big effect to how the receiver moves and how early they can move. The element of surprise, similar deliveries with a few different outcomes. Inside the table, he's strong. That backhand, Wang Chuqin, one of the best receivers in the game. We saw Ma Long yesterday having a lot of trouble serving to Wang Chuqin. And it's that shot, that response right there, that makes you understand why even the greatest of all time, the world number 3, would have so much trouble serving to the world number 2.
This is, again, so tight. Murmurings in the crowd. Which way is this going to go? We are dead even here. More of a regulation serve again from Wang Chuqin.
Yep, a look at the man, his knees, one taped up, the other one with support on him. After that men's doubles final is when we noticed a little bit more put on the knees.
Yeah.
Hamstring as well we saw yesterday. Still there.
Two very, very good points for Fan Zhendong.
Second towel break here. My imagination starts to go. I get a bit carried away thinking about, this is the conversation, the greatest of all time, Ma Long. That's not forever. That is at this point in history.
Right.
And I often wonder, are we looking at the next greatest of all time? In all fairness, both of these players could become that. But Wang Chuqin has 3 years more time than Fan Zhendong to really accomplish that.
Went with the long serve there, Fan Zhendong. It's gone a little quieter as well. Wang Chuqin, of course, he's trailing at the moment. Crowd amused by a young member, a young fan.
Who said something absolutely hilarious that I didn't hear.
Nice comeback here from Wang Chuqin.
And he's still going to have that guarded optimism, this focus. I think even if he wins the next point, let's see. Sometimes after a long comeback, tying it up isn't enough to really celebrate. Stepping in front, that's when you can really sort of make it known how you feel. Let's see, though. This one's been too close to call.
Almost, not far away, but Fan Zhendong wins a point.
If he can keep Wang Chuqin behind the table, it's not going to finish the rally immediately, but it'll definitely help him to control the point. Look how low he gets here. Fan Zhendong, this is not the first time we've seen Fan bend that far to the backhand side and still pop right back up for one more shot.
Again, just edges in front, and a little bit of frustration being shown by Wang Chuqin.
Not the first time we've seen it from him so far in this match. He's been incredibly humble. He's matured so much in recent years, Wang Chuqin. The emotion right now could definitely change things a bit. It's tough to be your normal self under extraordinary circumstances.
Now he sets up 3 game points, Fan Zhendong.
In some senses, I guess, the whole idea of extraordinary circumstances to begin with is not to be your ordinary self. It's to have extraordinary quality in your game, to bring out that next level. This is the biggest test of 2023. Wang Chuqin had a big test against Shunsuke Togami in Chengdu, down 4-9. But this is a different beast on the other side of the table, the world #1 with 3 game points.
Well, that's what the fans want to see. Table tennis at its finest. But Fan Zhendong wins the point and the game.
In this exchange here, we see more spin from Wang Chuqin looking for the middle, finds the middle, but Fan Zhendong has the answer. Create the biggest sweet spot you can, make that middle nearly disappear, and that smooth transition, the strong quads, the fast footwork, and the flexibility. Fan Zhendong now up 2-1 in this best-of-7 men's singles final.
Long, hard drink there for Fan Zhendong. He deserves it after a fine win in Game 3.
Water, by the way, the best drink Earth has to offer. I guess that's up for debate, but from a health standpoint, no question about it. Hydration, yeah.
Yeah, he had not today, but I've definitely seen him with on other days with some isotonics. So it's Wang Chuqin's turn to just go and make a change. This is how much they're expending, how much sweat is coming off them, what they're putting into this.
Time.
I'm gonna make a change. If you want to make the world a better place, get a racket that on the bottom has your face. Fans in the crowd here. Again, the Rainbow Nation for all the cultures that come together here in South Africa. It is a vibrant, vibrant country with lots to offer. Scenery, tourism, beauty, delicious food, and amazing people, many of whom are here to witness table tennis history.
Love all. love 1.
First point on the board in game 4 for Fan Zhendong. Wins this one, he really sets himself up. Great position he'll be.
One all. One, two.
Deep shot there from Wang Chuqin. Zhendong going long. And he returns a favour here, Fan Zhendong.
Let's take another look at this. Backhand over the forehand side from baseline, but because it's from baseline, Fan Zhendong has that much more time. Just a little bit more predictability there, and he maintains a bit of momentum with 6 of the last 8 points. World number 1, Fan Zhendong.
Oh, an even better rally! Wang Chuqin was up against it.
Back against the barriers, not afraid to play the backhand from the deep court here. This is the rally of the day for me so far. Lob, full 360 there, turns his back to the table. But does that stop him? No. Does he lose his destination here? GPS right back on track. The counters, and he sends in these heat-seeking missiles from the backcourt to finish the point. That sets him up with a 1-point lead in what could be the pivot point in this match.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is really rip-roaring. He knows Wang Chuqin, again, similar to where we were with Chunmeng and Suning Shah, doesn't want to have to work so hard at 3-1 down. Got to try and win this one. Look at that. He's wincing in frustration.
You know, he came out there confidently in that point. I felt like we were going to see a major shift in momentum once again, but Fan Zhendong had the answers to nip this momentum shift at the bud.
4-3.
What some fantastic rallies these two have already put up for us. Let's hope there's more of that to come. Got the banana flick in early, Wang Chuqin, but to no avail.
Fan Zhendong is so well balanced right now at the back of the table. He knows that it's most likely to come back across court. Little look here, 12 of the last 16 points to Fan Zhendong.
4-5.
Going the other way this time over the table, Wang Chuqin spraying it wide with the backhand. Way out in front, really extending there to take it a little bit earlier and add that time pressure.
It was all set up with that serve, wasn't it, from Wang Chuqin?
Well, it definitely helped. It definitely gave him the chance, but he had to play smart here. He didn't go for power, he went for placement. Lets the arm drag behind, spins it wide to the forehand side, down the line there, and Fan Zhendong immediately on the chase.
That's off the edge.
5.
And if you're newer to table tennis, that means it's Fan Zhendong's point. All it has to do is touch the playing surface, which is the top surface at all. And from where he just hit the ball, it could not have touched the side with that trajectory. At least without touching the top, that is, which is all that's required.
Yeah, I knew he couldn't do much with that, did he? He was retreating Fan Zhendong.
In this game of hot potato, the touch game back and forth, trying to keep each other off the attack. Fan Zhendong's popped up just a little bit. These fine margins at this level, that's enough for Wang Chuqin to confidently take that home and finish the point.
Just edges ahead here, Fan Zhendong.
One thing that Wang Chuqin's able to do, both of these players really, is to move side to side and still generate a lot of power. They reset so quickly, but it's always tough with the opponent in position, as Fan Zhendong was.
Let 6-7.
Is that a missed opportunity for Wang Chuqin?
It's one way to describe it. I guess anytime you don't win the point, definitely, but in the sense that he'd earned himself a good opportunity, no doubt. Wang Hao there in the front. Liu Heng. A few others, looks like Yuan Li Tsun in the dark. Got a lot of the coaching staff there. Yuan Li Tsun, an up-and-comer, here as a practice partner for the Chinese men.
9-6.
Big shot there for Fan Zhendong. He's now 3 clear. This is about as big a lead as we've seen in this 4th game.
Hey, Zhao Zihao there in the back. Lin Shedong behind him. Man, this is a fun test for my eyes. I like it.
7.
Well, it was
9.
important there for Wang Chuqin to just claw back some of that deficit he faces at the moment.
That's embarrassing. Zhou Qihao. Sorry, not Zhao Zihao. Zhou Qihao.
Okay, you just coming back to that.
Well, I realized I said it wrong and wanted to quickly correct it. But yeah, 2 points between them here. 2 big serves, a chance to tie it up for Wang Chuqin.
8-9.
I've used this word before, but that was dismissive. Wang Chuqin.
And now a much-needed timeout here. Fan Zhendong, I think, is wise. The first timeout called in this match, if you're newer to table tennis, each player gets a 1-minute timeout should they choose to use it.
So, as you know, this is yet another men's singles final dominated by China. It's the 10th one in a row, in fact. We have to cast our minds back 20-odd years. The last time, in fact, it was an all. Both finalists were non-Chinese.
Right, Werner Schlager, and one of the other ones is here. The other one himself, Ju Se-hyuk, the coach for the Korean men. A chopper, the world's best chopper, but Werner Schlager made it through everyone, including some of the strongest Chinese opposition along the way. It was an absolutely incredible, life-changing run for the legend, Werner Schlager of Austria. A character, a showman, and a world champion, the last non-Chinese world champion in men's singles. Ma Long there, alongside Chen Xingtong.
So this was Ma Long yesterday against Wang Chuqin, and maybe a moment here, just a moment, a little message. No official word yet, but just a little moment that he took after the match against Wang Chuqin. Was that a little emotional goodbye? Could have just been him drying his hands off, but I think it was the former.
I think so too. Definitely a bittersweet moment for the world of table tennis.
That's a great point there from Wang Chuqin. Just very quickly, Amal, he didn't give anything away in this acceptance speech earlier, but there were some emotions in there, weren't there?
There sure were. I think it was something special. Nothing bitter about this shot, though. Not for Wang Chuqin.
Yeah, look, it was 6-9, wasn't he? He's done really well to get back into this, Wang Chuqin. There was an initial shot in there from Fan Zhendong that really helped him out.
And he's fired up in ways that we haven't quite seen.
Yeah.
In this match, yes, game number 2. He got turned on a bit in terms of the energy level, turning it up. Whatever it takes for him to play the best game possible. He's got a game point here for a 3-1 lead, the defending champ and world number 1, Fan Zhendong.
Massive moment here in this match. Again, as he's done very much throughout this whole event, Wang Chuqin, and that banana flick, very effective.
So tying it up now, they'll alternate serves every single point until one player has a 2-point lead to ultimately take this game. Serve with the underdog by pretty much every standard. They're head-to-head, their world rankings. It's Wang Chuqin at deuce.
See what he was trying to do with that serve, but it's a let.
Not a bad serve either.
Yeah.
I think had he not called it, we didn't see the response from Fan Zhendong. He might have had a pretty good opportunity to win the point. So good fair play there to call it quickly.
Just took a little of that pace off, didn't he, Fan Zhendong?
There was some hesitation from Wang Chuqin there, and I think that's exactly what you said. Soft shot, spinny. This is the one to the backhand. Wang Chuqin looking to turn and play the forehand, but perfectly placed Fan Zhendong.
Ooh, now what you just didn't see on camera was Wang Chuqin just pointing to his head twice.
12-10.
And he takes yet another game, Fan Zhendong. He had to work really hard for this one. Wang Chuqin was 6-9. Battle back, we got to 10-all. Fan Zhendong takes it 12-10, and he's now up 3-1. We talked about Ma Long earlier. Greatest of all time, as Adam said, as it stands.
I think just to pay him some respect, he's still world number 3, still dominant against non-Chinese players. I think we'll see him in Paris 2024. In what capacity? That is the question. Will it be singles and teams? Will it just be teams? It might be more likely the latter, but really, we just don't know yet.
Yeah, you'd think, as of now, it'd be one of these two men here in the final and Ma Long vying for those 2 spots, as of now, in the men's singles. This time he doesn't pull it off there, Wang Chuqin.
So if you're just tuning in, Fan Zhendong is 1 game away, now 10 points away from becoming the back-to-back men's world champion in men's singles. The defending champion, his second serve here, looking to close it out.
1-all.
Ooh, that looked a bit awkward.
Yeah, hit him in the hand.
Yeah.
Which, as we saw from Ma Long yesterday, doesn't automatically end the point. Well, I can't believe that was yesterday. That point was spectacular.
It really was. 8 points away. 9 points away from Zhendong.
The soft spin to open as low as he stands. Again, those quads. Fan Zhendong has been well supported, but that's his own work.
3-1.
How about that? I know he says a little sorry off the edge, but the shot was magnificent. And to underline just how well he's been doing, Fan Zhendong has taken 6 of the last 8. Now, I remember you saying in this game, of the other match, that this could start running away from Chen Meng. There was a moment where you picked out and said this could be it. And I just wonder whether we're at something similar here. Wang Chuqin still has a timeout to come, by the way.
Right, I thought he might use it there. He's still hanging on to it. This is definitely some serious separation, but it's quite early in game 5.
1-5.
Now, it's 4 points. Yeah, he does. You gotta think about it, and he has taken it.
You just can't let it get too far away, that's the thing. Fan Zhendong is confident right now. And with that confidence, you know, he's had plenty of, I'd say, post-match moments, interviews that he could hear from the bathroom crying. Just like bawling. And it's understandable. He's had some incredibly painful losses at the hands of Ma Long. Wang Chuqin might have something similar in Fan Zhendong here.
What is going on behind that towel right now? Wang Chuqin.
It's interesting. I like seeing human faces, but in all fairness, there was something pretty dramatic about that shot of just his fingernails on the outside of the towel covering his face. So Liu Heng sitting next to Wang Hao. Ma Long with Yu Ziyang and Tong Tong there. It's nice to see Ma Long smiling. He's got an incredibly charming smile.
He does, he does. Well, fans enjoying themselves as well. This is looking very, very good for Fan Zhendong.
This, for me, is the time. If something doesn't change here, this is where it starts to feel like it's getting away. I mean, it started at 1-4 in some senses, or you could even argue the end of last game. This is still recoverable. We've seen bigger comebacks.
It hasn't worked for Wang Chuqin, has it? That timeout. He took it 5-1, and you felt perhaps a bit earlier might have been better, but it was a matter of a point.
For me right now, he's frozen in a position at the table that's very uncomfortable. To be punching down on top of these high spinny shots to the backhand side, it's not easy to generate a lot of wrist against them. Sometimes a player will step around, or they'll simply pick a different battle, and he does here in the short game. Wang Chuqin, his forehand is killer, his backhand inside the table is killer. You could see how quickly he retracted his attack. He was about to flick, and then he turned to a push at the last moment, and that surprise factor bought him some time. Only his second point this game from down 1-7.
It's tough, looking hard here, Wang Chuqin. But we still have supreme entertainment from these two.
Are their feet ever really on the ground? It's just a quick layover for their feet and back up in the air. Bodies in transit throughout this point. The speed that they bring in the testing. Fan Zhendong goes inside out and then right back down the line, corner to corner, coast to coast. Can you see him? Maybe not. He's a ghost.
That's a lovely backhand for Wang Chuqin, but is it coming a little too late, all of this? We'll have to see. You never know.
As long as they're keeping score, there's still a chance. It'll be that much more edge of your seat, though, for the fans, for Fan Zhendong's fans, family, and friends. You can imagine their hearts racing right now.
Yeah, that was tough. It was always going to be hard for Fan Zhendong.
It's a very clever play, Wang Chuqin getting the hesitation out of Fan Zhendong, a push from baseline, and then the early timing before Fan Zhendong had reset. This is the thing about the in and out game. It's tough to move side to side while you're moving in and out. That's why you'll see someone plant right before the shot, typically, especially on defense.
That was important. That was really important for Fan because he'd only won one of the last 4 points.
Right now, the grunts that we're hearing, that extra 10% or whatever it is that he's putting in, is what it takes in these crucial moments. A lot of titles out there in the world. World Championships, one of the biggest one this year.
Remember when Wang Chuqin was this scoreline against Shunsuke Togami at the World Team Championships in a clutch game. And we know what happened next.
Wang Chuqin came back, for those of you a little bit newer to the sport, but a different opponent here. If he can do it against world #1, his big brother, that'd be quite a statement.
5-9.
Ding, ding, ding. Nah, still some time to go.
But always nice to have some good music here in the commentary booth. And just a reminder of what is possible. I don't know about you, but my experience as a human, one of the best things is imagination. Just to ponder what ifs.
Love a hypothetical. You know, he wasn't far away, Wang Chuqin. But more importantly, Fan Zhendong has 5 match championship points.
The way he does it here, this rally just keeps getting better and better. And this one doesn't miss by a lot. Well, in that angle, a little bit of space, but it looked like it could have come down. Only needs the one, Fan Zhendong. 5 just to stay in it now for Wang Chuqin, the world #2 and 2nd seed here.
10-6.
Stay of execution.
So 1 point in the right direction for Wang Chuqin, but the serve's back with the man with his toes on the finish line.
$10-7.
Couple of championship points saved by Wang Chuqin.
It's funny, Fan Zhendong doesn't have a timeout. If he did, he'd use it now.
Right now, right? Yeah.
But what he does have is the ability to call for a sweat cleanup.
Ooh.
Not a bad second option.
No. Just anything. Just to eke it out, right?
I didn't see the table. I imagine there was sweat on it, but
Oh, you cynic.
it does work well.
8-10.
A long serve. Doesn't work for him. Now, it's getting really edgy for Fan Zhendong.
You know, he was up 2-0 against Cho Dae-sung in games. Cho Dae-sung was 193 in the world, the young Korean who we saw on table 1 here at this event. And in the opening round of the WTT Goa Star Contender Goa.
Only a few months ago.
Right. Fan Zhendong was beaten the next 3 games.
That's 8-10.
Oh, that would not be the way Wang Chuqin would like to go out. 3 in a row now he's had.
That's 8-10.
Now this paints a picture. How perfect does the serve have to be at this level?
Yeah.
If he serves it just a little bit too high, he's done. Fine, narrow balance here.
What's he going to do here?
9-10.
4 in a row. 4 in a row. Yeah, you're right. He wishes there were 2 timeouts, doesn't he? My word. Zhendong.
This is what we call a moment of truth.
Wang Chuqin, excellent from him to win 4 points in a row here. He has saved 5 championship points. This court, this table, has seen some drama at these World Championships. 6 of the last 8 Zhendong have gone against Zhendong.
And now we're at deuce in game number 5. Wang Chuqin was down 5-10. Nearly a slaying here in what could have been the final game and still could be.
6 in a row. He's now got game point, Wang Chuqin. This is unbelievable stuff.
The drama continues to build. Hope is one of his names, the nickname for him in English. In China, they call him Hope. Lionheart still beating out here. And he's got the serve to convert the game. Can he make a 7th point in a row?
And what a moment for Zhendong. He finally breaks that run. That run of 6 points that Wang Chuqin had.
That roar we heard from Wang Chuqin in this rally behind the table. The most aggressive shot, and Zhendong with a seatbelt shot across the chest, bends it out of reach, right to the line. That could have cost him the game. That ultimately could have cost him the championship.
Yep.
But it saves game point and brings it back to a 2nd deuce here in the 5th.
Amazing, amazing. Wang Chuqin has set up his 2nd game point.
One inside out forehand for another. Soft touch there, gets the passive play, ambitious from the back of the table, full extension as he steps around the backhand corner. Where is he going to go? Only hindsight can tell you.
Wang Chuqin has taken the game. Pretty muted from him. But the story here is that 5 championship points was saved by Wang Chuqin.
This is where things get incredibly interesting. The imagination runs wild here, courtesy of Wang Chuqin. He's given the world something to believe in right now, that anything is possible, and I can already see the fan banners being passed out here from the Wang Chuqin fan club. It's his 2nd game on the scoreboard. It was looking grim when he was down 5-10. The last 2 games have been won by the difference of 2 points, but from 5-10 down, he pulls it out, and it will continue. He's still got an uphill battle, down 2-3 in games. Let's see if the Lionheart can pull through.
Zhendong again went off to change another shirt and maybe change his fortune. He's had 5 championship points saved. Wang Chuqin talking to himself there. He's forced a 6th game. It was Ma Long can only look on. This is the man who beat him yesterday, very convincingly.
It sort of warms my heart to see Ma Long watching from courtside right now in these moments with almost a father-like look down at the young proteges, a man who's lived in his shadows for years. The majority of the last decade, Fan Zhendong, the world #1, only had one man in his way, Ma Long.
Wang Chuqin to serve. Love all.
And someone who grew up under the tutelage of Ma Long, really studying Ma Long's game, his kryptonite, Wang Chuqin.
Let. Love all.
I think any parent would love to see their child outperform them. It's just one of the most satisfying things, and it's tough when you have to be battling against your child in that way. But Ma Long, I think, looks on proudly to Wang Chuqin.
Love one.
I mean, it's got to sting. It's got to hurt Fan Zhendong knowing it was so close, within touching distance of a second world championship.
There's so many different ways to say it, one of which is you're not going backwards, so don't look that way. But you're right, it's tough to overcome those moments. It's tough not to just kick yourself inside.
1-1.
Little soliloquy from the crowd.
Yeah, it was Hina Hayata-esque, wasn't it, on this table in that previous game?
Wow.
We've just had some amazing, amazing stories here, haven't we?
Yeah, this week has been quite just headlining in so many different ways, really the talk of the world, but Hina Hayata, just MIB, cleared everybody's memory for quite some time.
1-3.
And Fan Zhendong is going to be desperate to just not have this go to a 7th. He wants to finish this off here. And he knows he has to be absolutely ruthless to do so.
Yeah, desperation is an interesting thing. If an opponent can read it, really it's like pressure. It depends how you handle it, how it manifests on the table.
1-4.
If desperation inspires laser-like focus, adrenaline, and just this fight-or-flight reflex to make sure you get the job done, extra determination, then please, it is very welcome.
A similar sort of lead to what he had in the previous game here, Fan Zhendong.
He was 7-1 up.
He was.
5-1.
He was.
That was the point. I mean, there's so much back and forth there, but that was the point where it could have run away, and it did. 10-5. And then just the opposite happened. Are you ever really safe?
Again, we talked about how he was against Shunsuke Togami, and he survived that. He survived another clutch game.
Against the world #1.
Yeah.
And the defending world champion.
6-1.
Deceptive here. Nice change of placement to go down the line. Very flexible with that wrist. Fan Zhendong looking for that same 7-1 lead that he had last game with a different outcome.
Oh my goodness, it's deja vu. 7-1 again, oh boy.
I can imagine people watching this at home just elbowing each other on couches right now, shaking back and forth, wondering what will happen.
Will there be a knowing look? Let's see what he can do here, Wang Chuqin.
2-7.
Good setup.
Adam and I just had a very brief look at each other.
And use that French phrase that we know so well.
Déjà vu.
Finishing each other's sandwiches. 2 serving 7 here. Oh man.
Well, there were 2 moments like that in the previous game where he just about got away with it, Wang Chuqin. It's 3rd time unlucky now.
Right, the 2 lets in the late end of the game. This is a really tough time for that.
Oh.
But they're still keeping score.
Fantastic table tennis again from these two.
It takes so much work in this rally for Fan Zhendong to escape the big forehand that's waiting to step around the corner from this backhand. That last one comes down, and guess who's going to turn? 9-2. Fan Zhendong just 2 points away. He was 1 point away for 5 points last game.
2-10.
That seemed almost passive in a way from Zhendong. Now on 8 championship points. Normally, you'd be thinking he's the overwhelming favourite here. I don't know anymore. I don't want to say anything after what happened in the previous game.
I'm just thinking of 2005 right now. Let's see. It will not be a repeat. There will be a fight back, no question about it. And by the way, I'm talking about the final with Ma Lin and with Wang Liqin, one of the best exhibition points I've ever seen. At 10-2, that's the type of scoreline where sometimes someone will lob it, but he's called Lionheart for a reason, and it's not because he can't fight on the table.
Let 3-10.
7 championship points.
Oh,
he just put his hand up there, but he has repeated the feats of Wang Liqin, Zhang Jike, and the great Ma Long in recent times to win back-to-back World Championships.
Whatever the signal was to himself to remain calm in that moment, he had his moment where he could finally release. This is a player who had been beaten 4 times by non-Chinese players in the last 7 months, but when it counts the most, he comes out here after having 6 championship points saved, taken back against him by Wang Chuqin. He closes the door and is a back-to-back world champion in men's singles. Is this the era of Fan Zhendong? Let's take a look at this last point. Backhand does it. Enjoy the emotion here. What a battle it was. A thrilling game number 5. But in game number 6, simmer down now. I'm number 1. This is it.
Yeah,
remain calm. Wait for the roar.
Just trying to understand that and see what he was doing. Now we have it. There it is.
Gotta love it. He deserves it. No questions about it. That after that incredible performance and the challenge that Wang Chuqin brought, Fan Zhendong really deserves to roar with delight and victory as he stands on top of the world, not just as the world number 1, but as the back-to-back world champion.
Yep, as I mentioned, some great names there who've done it before in recent times. Wang Liqin, Zhang Jike, and Ma Long, back-to-back. It was an interesting way to end proceedings, wasn't it? I was just trying to interpret what that was.
Me too. It's like poetry sometimes.
Was it calm down everyone, or hold on, I'm still number 1?
I think it was calm down myself. I don't think Fan Zhendong has been big on telling anyone what to do, but we'll have a chance to hear some words from him, the world champion, Fan Zhendong.
Fan Zhendong, the champion, the conqueror, you've done it again. Congratulations on successfully defending your crown in Durban today. Please take us through your glorious win.
恭喜樊振东成功卫冕冠军，和我们回顾一下这场比赛吧。
今天我认为其实双方发挥的都非常精彩吧。其实自己也是感受到了非常大的压力，不管是开局还是包括快要接近胜利的时候，其实还好最后自己能够调整过来，然后坚定的去朝着目标前进吧。
So I think we both of us performed really good today, but I did feel a little bit pressure from the beginning and also close to the victory as well. But because my determination, I won the game.
Absolutely inspirational. Now, you've also had an amazing run here. It's been an exciting countdown to today's final match. And now that it's all over, please share with us, how are you going to celebrate your big win?
在这届世乒赛中，你的表现非常棒。现在结束了，打算如何庆祝呢？
我觉得一会儿的颁奖典礼 升国旗、奏国歌的时候就是最好的庆祝吧。对我来说也是最大的这种激励跟自豪。
I think later the award ceremony is the best celebration that can happen to me. It's a very proud moment for me as well.
Absolutely amazing. Now, it would be a total injustice not to ask you to send a special shout out to your fans who've come from far and wide to see you take first place today.
想对一直在支持你的粉丝们说点什么呢？
也是自己第一次来到德班比赛吧，也是参加世锦赛这样的大赛，很开心。也有这么多人来到现场，不管是在现场还是在通过各种方式吧，去为我加油，为所有的运动员加油。其实我认为一场精彩的比赛，一次精彩的比赛，跟所有的关注的人都是分不开的。谢谢大家。
This is my first time in Durban, and especially for WTTC, this great match as well. I'm happy that there are lots of fans here in Durban and also in front of TV. So I think without your support, there won't be a great match overall.
Wow, it's been an absolute honor. Congratulations once again on yet another victory under your belt.
恭喜樊振东。
Wonderful to hear from Fan Zhendong, who has now got 2 consecutive World Championship medals to his name. 2 golds, that's what he wanted. He's achieved his task. And now there's only 1 left that he still needs to get at him. But let him enjoy his moment here.
Well, the celebration he's been looking forward to is the one you'll have a chance to witness live. We've got the awards ceremony for the men's singles event, including that man right there, the back-to-back world champion, and all the best in the game right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to the award ceremony for the men's singles. The bronze medalists are from China. It's Liang Zhengkun and Ma Long. The medals will be presented by His Worship, Councillor Mkolisi Kaunda, Mayor of eThekwini Municipality.
And now, here are our silver medalists from China, Wang Jianhua. The medals will be presented by Mr. Mahidi Hoshodi, the ITTF Executive Vice President.
And the gold medalist and 2023 ITTF World Table Tennis Championship Men's Singles World Champion from China is Fan Zhendong. The medals will be presented by Ms. Petra Sorling, ITTF President.
The souvenirs will be presented by Dr. Tobiles Funda, the head of Department KwaZulu-Natal Sports, Arts and Culture. The St. Bride vase will be presented by Miss Sandra Deaton, the chair of Table Tennis England. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of China.
We would like to invite our guests for a group photo together with the medalists. Thank you to our guests. We would like to ask the medalists to stay on the podium for another group photo.
So there are the biggest names in men's table tennis in that picture right there, led by that fantastic man, Zhendong. Fantastic for him.
You know, he had a tough testing time coming here. While it was his for the taking in many ways, the world was watching with great suspense, and he rose to the occasion to retain the title. So back to back, at top of the world here, on top of the world in the rankings, and the world champion, the biggest event of 2023. The hard work has all paid off for the man who put his head down and focused, Zhendong.
There comes the obligatory selfie as well. Hopes he doesn't topple anything over this time.
Yeah, I like the warning there, the little reminder. As one of our VIPs and presenters said, just so you know, the top does detach. He's like, yes, I recall. 2021 was quite a memory for me.